Well, hello and good morning to everybody. It is bright and early on this day, and I am so happy to be here with you guys, with everybody. It is March the 8th, and I want to give my sister, KK Harris, a big shout out and say happy born day. It's her anniversary of being on this planet. 55 years. I think it's 55. No, I'm 57. Yeah, 55. Yeah, the girl's 55. So happy, happy, happy birthday to you, KK. And I want to know, how has everybody been? It is a great day. And there's a lot of stuff going on. We've just done a few uploads over on Headlines with a Voice. They're not used to us just putting 1, 2, 3, 4 back to back. And so they probably sort of running around trying to figure out what's going on. How come these videos were up so quickly? And how come I haven't had a chance to watch all of them? And we did it specifically because I wanted to get some of the early morning news out to everybody and not sort of overwhelm them with like long, long lives. They're not very used to those. And so with that, I just wanted to check on everybody and see how you were all doing today. Now, we are going to have some pretty good information coming up really, really soon. Now, we did post in the community tab the other day about the significance of the 13th month. And that is something that Ronnie really wants to chat with us about so that everybody gets their muscles strong and gets to understand how to count these months, these biblical months, and how to about how to figure them all out and all that good stuff. So with that in mind, we are going to take a look at that very soon, and Ronnie will be here to sort of break it all down for all of us, so that we again sort of exercise our muscle on how to tell, when the biblical months begin, when they start, how we end up with a 13th month in the first place, and all of that. So that's going to be pretty interesting. But I wanted to find out from everybody how you've all been. I want to thank everybody who reached out to me over this last week. Oh, how wonderful it was to really get some rest. And I want to thank all of you who sent in donations to help me with the trip, because I tell you what, I sure did need it. When you get out there, you're like, how much is this a gallon? Oh my gosh, this gas is expensive. And then I got to see that I really do need to get out in the sun a whole lot more than just my, every now and again, just stepping out into the sun and walking around a little bit and coming on back in. No, I need to be out there with the movers and the shakers like you guys. You guys are movers and shakers. Yes, you are. And so I appreciate all of y'all for checking on me. It made me really feel loved. Sometimes you can just have so much stuff that you're doing, you just don't stop, but I'm glad we did. Also, wanted to let you guys know about, what should we chat about today? I did want to talk about a couple of things with you guys. And that is that when we're looking at what's going on right now, we have to know that this is a really, really huge look left when you should be looking right type deal, right? It is. And let me explain why I say that. Because this month is March. This is a very, very pivotal month. Very pivotal month. This is a very pivotal season. And if we're not focused on Yah, and if we're not focused on the things that we need to be focused on, we will miss entirely what's really going on. You're not going to see it if you're not focused on Him. I just want to say that. What is going on this month is, I'm saying it again, pivotal. If you do not keep your eyes on Yah, you will miss it entirely. Why do you say that, Felicia? Well, I say that specifically because this month is a shift and it's a change. It's also a month that Cern has decided to reopen their LHC, the Large Hadron Collider. And they do things not by accident. They do things very purposeful. Now, I'm not basing this comment on them. I just found it ironic that they were opening it right now. Hello, William Craig. It's very good to see you. I'm going to pull that up for you guys because I do want to show you that. And this is spiritual significance. Okay. I saw a story the other day. Um, the LHC, and they were basically saying, "Hey, guess what? Guess what we're doing this month?" And it was sort of done on the sly. And I was like, yeah. I know we talked about that, but you guys are really, really going to do it in the month of March. Well, that's because the month of March is very significant. All right, I'm going to let you see this story. This story just came up. Here we go. Just came up. Okay, taking a break, noticing the time parallels with Kovar, and then to more. And Shanana. Ronnie dislikes it strongly when I Shanana. But I'm Shananan because I want to make sure that it's the right story to show you guys. I don't want to read this person's story. I like reading it directly from Cern. And the reason why is because Cern gives you their story. And they give it to you right. So see what else can I find. Let me just go to Cern's website. These people here, everybody has something to say about them. And I just like to read exactly the way that they come across. And there it is. This is weird. I hadn't even gotten to it and it just popped it up. Well, let's just see what they have to say about the council. Hey, everybody. We got Marty. We got Mindy B. We got my sister Inga Norman. We got Anarchy. And, of course, we got Captain William Craig. All right. So, let's look. We're going to dig into two or three stories about them today. We'll look at a couple of them. Let's start here. And let's see what they say about Russia. Okay. So, it says the 23 member states of Cern condemn in the strongest terms the military invasion of the Ukraine by the Russian Federation and deplore the resulting loss of life and humanitarian impact, as well as the involvement of Belarus in this unlawful use of force against Ukraine. Now, this is Cern's council. Please focus on this. Please focus. Get this. Okay? It says that Ukraine is an associate member state of Cern, and Ukrainian scientists are active in many of the laboratory's experiments. I know they are. And activities, deeply touched by the widespread and tragic consequences of the aggression. The Cern management and personnel, as well as the scientific community in Cern's member states, are working to contribute to the humanitarian effort in Ukraine and to keep the Ukrainian community at Cern. The council held an extraordinary session on March 8th, devoted to discussion of future interactions with Russia. The council decided that, please notice the terms council, the council of. I wish we were live with each other right now because we would be breaking this down on a regular. Cern will promote initiatives to support Ukrainian collaborators with Ukrainian scientific activity in the field of high-energy physics. The observer status of the Russian Federation is suspended until further notice. Cern will not engage in new collaborations with the Russian Federation and its institutions until further notice. The situation will continue to be monitored carefully, and the council is ready to take any further measures as appropriate at its future meetings. In addition, the Cern management will comply with all applicable international sanctions, and the Cern Council also expresses its support to the many members of the Cern's Russian scientific community who reject this invasion. Cern was established in the aftermath of World War II to bring nations and people together for the peaceful pursuit of science. And this aggression runs against everything for which the organization stands. Cern will continue to uphold its core values of scientific collaboration across borders as a driver for peace. All right? Yeah. Pre-spring update from the accelerator is complete. Let's click on that and see where it takes us. Let's just click. Let's just see. Let's just, come on, just take me there. Get over there. Get over there. Get, it won't do it. It won't let us. Why won't you let me go back? You don't want me to read it, but you did pop this up here without me even popping you. I didn't even click the link for this. It just came up. So what I really want to say is you guys got to look out for some supernatural stuff happening here very soon. Yes, you do. You've got some very, very supernatural things that are about to start to take place because we are about to take a major, major, major shift very soon. Sandy Aaron, welcome to the room. Amy, welcome into the room. Marty Lauderdale, thank you, my sister. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I miss doing Blog Talk. We lost the funding for Blog Talk, so we're not able to go back over there. But you can, as Marty says, go and look at some of the past shows, right? Go and look at some of those past shows so that you guys can listen to some of those because we do still have a lot of them up. But there's no funding for it to continue right now. That's not to say that it won't come back up. But right now, you guys go over there. There's some pretty good stories, some pretty good things that we did. Let's see, who else do we have? But look, you guys, here's the deal. Here's the skinny, right? Here's the skinny. The skinny is that because of the time frame that it is, if you guys remember a while back, Ronnie did a show while he came over and hung out with us. Hey, pretty lady, Sharon is here. Sharon Marie, hi. How are you? How are you? The storm is coming. Sharon, the storm is coming. You are not receiving truth as it relates to communication from a whole source when you're getting information elsewhere. Not saying that here is the pinnacle. I'm trying to speak in, goodness gracious, man, we just need to get on the phone. I need to call one person and we need to have somebody else call two more people and then somebody else call, you know what I mean? Get some get those old fashioned party lines on the line so I can just say it. But I think, you know what? I have is it a telegram, a graph or something that is that's a phone app. And I know we can probably get on there because I want to tell you guys that there is some spiritual stuff that's about to go on. If you remember a while ago, Ronnie and I were here. We did a show. We mentioned the passage where it talked about the, where it mentioned where Yahweh Shah or Jesus was giving explicit instructions about the man that was standing there. He was holding a pitcher, a water bearer, right? That is the age that's Aquarius. That is Aquarius. Now, a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't get into any of that stuff." Honey, get into what we're saying because there's going to be a major, major shift. Drop all hate, drop all disrespect, drop all anger, drop all prejudices, drop it all. Begin to empty yourself out so that you can take in what's about to come on because not everybody's going to be prepared for the next shift. Not everybody's going to make it through the next shift. There's going to be a major one. And the funny thing about it is that all of these entities and powers that be know, but the body always is last because even though we think we're awake, we get distracted by stuff. Cern is opening up something now. Okay. All right. We have got, and I do mean true love. I don't mean the fake stuff because it's not easy. And you guys know I am speaking from a place of my own experiences. Why? Because I'm just like y'all. I'm no different. I get mad, I get happy, I get sad. I have feelings of angst. Sometimes I get a little agita. I'm like, get away, stop. But the deal is, as we transform, we got to transform by the renewing of our mind. We have to take his word. We have to take his shield, but we got to do something we never did before. And we got to press and get out of what we're in now, because this is that month and they know it. That's the reason why they're opening it up again. Now, let me find that story, since they wanted us to read this, because this literally just popped up on the thing. This is not it. Is this the pre-spring update from the accelerator? Well, let's go ahead and check it out. We're going to read it anyway. Let's just see what it has to say. I'm doing Ronnie's, what Ronnie doesn't like, and that's my shanana. Shanana, shanana, shanana. Oh, shanana, shanana. Oh, okay, no, wrong one. All right, so there we go. This is it. This is the story. This is important. This is important. This is our 13th biblical month, right? Ronnie's going to come on. We're going to chat about this 13th biblical month to make some, so that you get the understanding. But here we go. Let's just read and see what this has to say. And I'm sure that it just might lead us to other things. Why am I using this? Because they know something. That's why I'm using this, because they know something. Okay. All right. So midwinter spring, is its own season. Midwinter spring is its own season. And the injector complex has started to shake off the relatively short but effective year-end technical stop. On February the 14th, H ions, pardon me, this is important that I not mispronounce or say anything in this, because there's a difference between high and H. So let me do that again. On February 14th, H ions, and you notice that was a holiday. That was one of their holidays, February 14th. Okay, pay attention. H ions were accelerated again at 160 MeV in Li or LINAC 4 and taken in the direction of the booster. The beam was taken into the booster itself ahead of schedule on Friday, February the 18th. Physics is slated to start at ISLOD or ISLOD. ISOLDEN_TOF. Now, you guys who are physicists or understand this, please forgive my ignorance, but you know what I'm trying to say if you've heard me say any of these things, because I don't know what all that ISLOD stuff is. All I know is what I pick up in my spirit and my gut. And at the East area on March the 28th, following the recommissioning of the booster, the PS and the facility's progressive commissioning of the PS and the SPS will see the restart of physics at the North area and the AD or Ad Elena's experiment in the last week of April. These 2 months are very pivotal. March is important. Es muy importante. It's important, okay? April, this is important. Look at the timeline. It's not by accident. All sectors of the LHC are now cold following the pre-Christmas warm-up. And I said to somebody that it was doing some stuff in December. I mean, prior to December, or prior to Christmas, I should say. Oh, no, I don't think it's going to start up again until this and such. I said, okay. So following the pre-Christmas warm-up and the subsequent successful replacement of the plug-in module, which I remember that, with the buckled RF finger in Sector 2 and 2 through 3 during the YETS or YETS, some residual YETS activities are still ongoing in the tunnel. Okay, but let me pull my screen all the way up. Oh, yo. It's a little stubborn. There we go. All right, so in the tunnels, where am I? Somebody help me. Help me. There you go. In the tunnel. But the key was passed from the coordination team to the LHS operations team on the 15th of February with electrical quality assurance, ELQA, completed in all sectors. Bar 2 through 3, the focus now shifts on to the extensive powering test campaign of all magnetic circuits, which is now underway with around 8,000 tests planned in all. Sector 2 through 3 should be ready to start its final dipole training to 6.8 TeV towards the end of March, when interleaved training and machine checkout will begin. It begins at the end of March. Commissioning of the LHC's other accelerator systems, such as RF, collimation beam, instrumentation, beam dump and injection, transverse damper vacuum, and so on, is also underway in parallel. Ironic word, because whether you know it or not, we're going to be shifted here in a minute, you guys. Just buckle up is all I'm going to tell you. Buckle up. It happened before, and wasn't nobody telling you that it was going to happen. Although some some may have known, but you didn't. But I'm telling you now, it's going to happen again. And it's going to be deeper than it was before. If you think you thought you saw something before and you don't see it no more, or if you thought something another way and you don't know it that way anymore, like when you hear me say Kiev, Jacob just mentioned the other day that he remembers it being Kiev. And you'll see me say other stories just recently where I've pronounced Kiev. Now they're saying Kiev. Get ready is all I'm telling you. Get your heart right is all I'm saying. Because something's going to turn on. And it's tapping on a specific level that you in the natural can't hang with. I in the natural can't hang with. But with y'all, all things are possible. And with information that he allows us to understand and get, even if you don't get it, you know to dump the hate. Even if you don't get all the stuff that I'm trying to read with the yets, could be YETS, could be something else. We can get somebody else coming here who knows what those things are. What I'm trying to say is something's afoot. Could be a neck, an elbow, chin, jawbone, but it's definitely afoot. So get it together. It's not easy to drop the hate, especially for those who treat you bad, treat you real bad, get in your face type bad. Love them, but get away from them so you can keep yourself intact, because it's not easy. It's not easy. Get the love in your heart. That's the only thing that's going to really help with what's coming up. And it's got to be true, unadulterated realness. Realness. Check your check. You know when you check yourself, okay, I gave it a check. No, check that. Check the check. Check all the checks. Check all the boxes, but definitely check the check. So it says the LH beam commissioning with 450 GeV protons is scheduled to start on April the 11th, with collisions at 450 GeV per beam expected around May 10th. Stable beams with collisions at 6.8 TeV per beam and nominal bunch population are scheduled for June the 15th. This is hitting you. I mean, that's like 1, 2, 3, 4 punches, and it's going to keep going. Okay? This will be followed by a staged ramp up in the number of bunches towards the year's target of around 2,700 bunches per beam. Following the long shutdown, electron cloud will be an issue and some sustained scrubbing is expected. Unidentified flying objects, now identified, might also hinder progress as we settle into run 3. Do you hear your sister telling you, get yourself ready? Do y'all hear me? You see what's on the screen? Get it together. Get it together. Hey, we need Jesus. I lifted you up the other day. Get it together. Okay? We got some stuff about to go on here. All right? We hope you guys understand. We were not prepared last time because we didn't know what was good. We didn't know what was really going on. All right? We did not know. But we know now. And we know what's capable of happening. Not everybody's going to be here after this. Okay? Not everybody is going to be here after this. All right? All right. So let's get into this. Let's see. Let's see. Where were we? Run 3 might hinder the progress to settle into run 3. It's been a long stop for the LHC and the experiments, and there will be some excitement and some relief as we finally start run 3 proper. Start run 3 proper. See, phrases like that, because I'm not a physicist, I don't understand how you can put those words together. However, somebody who is gets it. All right. The beam test of last October gave some indication that things are in good shape, but there is still a way to go. You see, they did that. I think it was at the end of October. All right. Okay, that there's still a long way to go. The scale of the LHC enterprises should never be underestimated, it says. The scale, they just told you, the scale of the LHC enterprise should never be underestimated. Enterprise. Looking further ahead, a revised long-term schedule for the LHC was approved by the Cern Council in December. Boy, that's it. Anybody in the chat, just type in what else gets the terms council. What else gets the term council? Based on recommendation from both the LHC Experiments Committee, LHCC, and the CERN Machine Advisory Committee, CMAC, Run 3 will now take us through the end of 2025 with long shutdown 3, LS3, lasting 3 years, instead of the previous envisaged and effectively complete in construction work of LHC program and phase 2 upgrades of the Atlas and CMS experiments. It's been a challenging 2 years, and the progress on all fronts has been truly remarkable under the circumstances, laying the foundations for another good year in the injectors and the start of Run 3 in the LHC. Get your party hats ready. Get yourself together, because it's about to be on. It's about to be on. Yeah, it is. Yep. It's about to be on. Okay. That's really what I wanted to let you guys know, was that we do need to be prepared. So this says another pair. I'm going to be nosy now. Another pair. I'm just reading because I ain't seen this one. I ain't seen it. Another pair of CERN scientists try to identify the contents of 2 mystery boxes designed by local school children. Oh, so some kids put some stuff in there. Okay. Oh, okay. What happened? What happened was, okay. You know what I do want to do? Hold on. I hear my grandson screaming. Hold on. All right. He's okay. In the room there. So we're going to be getting off here. I think it's under the comforter. Yep. So I wanted to read that, but I'm going to find the other story that I wanted to read to you guys, because it's similar to what we just read, but it had a little more stuff going on in it. I like going to the source. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. I wonder what's going on at Fermilab. Let's check it out before we leave. Because they are, as you know, they are buddies, and they do work very close together. Final.gov. Fermilab is America's particle physics. But why is it a .gov? What's new? Let's see. What's new, pussycat? Whoa. Ha. Okay, let's see. When's this? Fermilab's Patty McBride elected. Patty. A Minute with Sandra Nielsen. Okay, what is this? Fermilab Open House Research. What is this? What do they do? Researchers, science fans around the world. I like this little guy. I use this with teaching my grandsons. I just put this on and we'll watch it together and we'll break down stuff together. Like when we did the standard model and taught them that and all that. So I use this guy. I use a lot of different sources in teaching them. And then we break some stuff down biblically. So I'm going to bring it to you like this right here. And then I'm going to take you to the Bible and show you what thus saith Yah. Wow, they're recruiting veterans for VTech internship program. I wonder how much it's paying. Is it a paid internship? Dark Energy Survey. Is this the one that I wanted to talk about? There was one that they had put up. Oh, nope. Don't want to go there because I don't know if I can use this. So let me click this. See if I can use it. Is it? No, it isn't. It isn't whatchamadoodle. But anyway, I will leave you guys the link so you guys can peep it and check it out yourselves. It says exploring 7 billion light years of space with Dark Energy Survey. And I'm going to give that to y'all so y'all can see it and you can watch it. I love science. I just do. I'm not as, like with all the words and stuff, how they can say them and all that. There's the link right there. Okay. So now they are in very close contact and very good friends with Cern, because obviously they are working in partnership. Hey, Black Spring with Autumn. It's good to see you, sister. And Disciple of the Messiah. Good to see you as well. But they're working very closely with one another. You know that, Melinda? They're working very, very closely with one another and have been. PBS lovers in the house. PBS lovers in the house. Where's PBS? There you go, PBS lover. Hey. Seems particle accelerators all over the world are pre-existing. Also, does anyone remember discussion controversy surrounding a massive dig for Cern which spanned multiple countries? Well, let me explain something to you. The reason why it has to span multiple countries is because just like they are running the one from Chicago. Hey, Rachel. Is it Chicago, you guys? It was Chicago to the mines in, I think, North or South Dakota. They're crashing stuff like little, particles of stuff, trying to move it from one place to the next. And they just took over mines in the Dakotas. I don't remember which one, so I'm going to say it like that. And so, yeah, they are doing a lot of stuff. They're doing a lot of stuff. Whole bunch of it. So with that in mind, so that's the reason why I want you guys to really wake up and just pick up what you know and add that to a little bit more and just get yourself prepared, because I'll say it again, we were not prepared for some of the shifts and changes. As a matter of fact, I shrieked in horror when I first read the passage that says, I've known all my life that the lion will lie down with the lamb, and then for me to see a wolf lying down with that same lamb in that specific book of Isaiah, I shrieked, I cried, I held my head in my hand. My husband had to console me, and I was saying, these were my exact words, while I was distracted by other stuff, I allowed this to happen by not being up on the wall praying. Those were my words. That was how I felt. It wasn't personal. It was across the board. Why? Because as we are positioned in the body, we got to play our role. We covered it a couple of weeks back. And we mentioned that each one of us got a piece to hold up. You got to hold that wall up with your hand, or somebody else. If you don't have a hole to cover, and there's just a small little crease, well, stick your finger in the dike. Hold on that wall. We are responsible. You got a gig here. We got a gig here. We do. We got to be ready to make sure that we are in the place that Yah wants us to be. We got to be where he has for us to be, a position that only Marty Lauderdale can play. There is a position that only Mindy B can play. There is a position that only Rachel Van Zeel can play. Okay? There is only one place for Sandy Aaron to be, Anarchy TV to be. There is one place, William Craig, that you must be, Inger Norman, that you must be. There is a place. You are needed, Maureen Olson. We've got a place. Sharon, we got a place, sister. Pretty girl, we got a place. All right? We got a spot. But we got to play our position. M. Leslie, we got to play our position. We may not have been ready. Did you feel like I felt? Cern one, did you feel like I felt? And Leslie, did you feel like I felt? Scan family, did you? Charlie Sigler, did you feel like I felt? Amy, did you feel like I felt? I felt like I had let the body down. Because when I got into that Bible and I started seeing all the changes that happened, I felt like, how did I miss this, Samantha? That's what I was thinking. How did I miss this? Because I felt like I wasn't on my post, disciple of the Messiah. That's how I felt. I was not on my post, and this happened. And I went from knowing that my baloney had a first name and how to spell it. Okay? And then it was a different spelling. All right? If you build it, they will come. Went from that to if you build it, he will come. All right? Mama says that life was just like, a box of chocolates. It's all, it's all about however, but it was Mama said, life is like a box of chocolates. Life was like a box of chocolates. It changed. Stuff changed. PBS lover, we need Jesus. Stuff changed. And I remember feeling like I was losing it. I was like, what did I do? Why wasn't I where I was supposed to be? And that's why I wept. And that's why my husband just couldn't do nothing. Sometimes when I just cry like a baby, he's so precious. All he does is put his hand on the top of my, right there on my shoulders and just rub my shoulders. And just let me cry it out. And I just cried it out. So that's why I'm telling you right now, let's get it together, saints. I know somebody says, you don't call us saints. Okay, listen. Brothers, sisters, those who believe like me, those who understand what I'm trying to say, however the colloquialism you'd like for me to give it to you today, get it together and come on, let's get it. We have got to be clean. We have got to be doing clean eating this month. We must do clean eating. We are headed toward a very, very pivotal season for us, a feast day for us, okay? We're headed to that. Getting all the leaven out of our home, getting all of that stuff out of our house. Go right there into our feasts. You will find that we have a lot of videos that are already posted about what I'm talking about, the different feast days, okay? And so you're going to want to make sure that you've got your heart right, that you're eating clean and healthy. Because as this shift takes place, you don't want to be in another place. Because get this, whether we want to believe it or not, we were all in the same place at the same time. And the last time this happened, somebody ended up being on another timeline and you on another timeline. I got folks who don't even remember ever knowing me. 2 people come to mind right now. And we were really close. Hilarious. We worked in the same office together. We hung out together. We ate lunch together. But after that shift, this person went from sending me emails and talking to me and cracking up, laughing and everything. And then after that shift, we had not seen each other and hadn't chatted with each other in about maybe 2 years. So when the shift happened, we hadn't seen each other. The shift happened. After the shift happened, I saw him on Instagram and sent a note. Cracked up laughing at the note, but he was being polite. We used to work together in the entertainment industry. He's still in the entertainment industry as a writer. Okay? I know him like the back of my hand. He knew me like the back of his hand. We communicate now, and he had to break down and say about a year and a half ago. I don't mean to be rude, he says. You are so hilarious. And you are so funny, he says. I watch your videos that you post on IG. He says, but how do we know each other? I wasn't even offended. He said, do I know you from, then he starts to name all these different media groups. Nope, we didn't know each other from any of those media groups. And then he said, well, did you work with me at the Enquirer? And I was like, nope. I knew why he did not remember me. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is, ain't nobody talking no hocus pocus. I'm talking what's real. I'm telling y'all, remember that all of us don't remember the same things. I remember Attell being on that monkey. I ain't never seen a tailless monkey. But Curious George's tail is gone. Okay? You see? Uh-huh. All right? You feel me? All right? Yes. I remember a tail being on that monkey. So what I'm trying to get y'all to say is get yourselves ready, because when they start telling you that, and we already know that they do things pivotally, that things are done in a pivot. They do it with specificity, that you go from seeing things one way, and then all of a sudden, when it is our feast days, they do stuff, because those are the days they run their ritual game. And when I kept saying council, I was trying to remind everybody that there are witches' councils, that there are covens, that you will have all these different councils, and that is what I meant. So if you didn't catch that, that's what I was trying to say. Okay? All right? Yeah, he did use it to swing. He does not have one now. So before we leave, because you guys know I like to read your comments, I'm going to read them. Okay? All right, so let's go up here. Let's start with the last handful. Okay. No, I don't think that it's, what I think that it is it's the fact that they are able to do what they have the ability to do. And they understand, again, with using the term all specificity, they understand with all specificity the term parallel. They get it. We don't want to get it, because we've been fashioned or we've been trained in such a way to believe that anything that sounds like that has to be spooky hocus pocus stuff that could never happen, that's not a reality. Well, there are several realities, whether we want to believe it or understand it or not. Okay? There are several. Okay? You see, there are several. Case in point, my friend right now is on Instagram living a totally different life that he was living then. Totally different cat. He's the same person. He remembered the company that we knew each other from when I told him, but he did not remember me after we worked together for 3 years. So I'm telling y'all, you gone, Marty, you gone. Where you going? Marty going. So it's time for us to get prepared, you guys. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about a strong delusion. What I'm saying is what we experienced the last time did happen to us. It did happen to us. I love you, Marty. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Thank you for your offering as well. I appreciate you. So it did happen to us, and all I'm trying to say today is for us to remember that because it happened then, it's going to happen again. But this time we know a little bit better than we did before. Okay? This time we know a little bit better than we did then. And that's what I want us to remember. Okay? All right? All right? Thank you too, Princess. My outside world is so small. Most of my people have passed on. Oh, the ones that know me and the ones that I don't. Time and parallel spells to hang on to as much time as possible to delay judgment as long as possible, indefinitely if they can. I agree. My love to all. Aw. Have a blessed day, Sister Marty. Okay. Samantha. I knew I've been feeling things not quite right. Like it just feels different, and it does feel different, and that's what I'm trying to get everybody to understand. I don't want anybody to think that this is type of hocus woo 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 type. No, it's not, you guys. We need to understand what they know so that we know how to correctly intercede and guard our hearts and guard ourselves and guard our loved ones, and make sure that, again, we do clean eating so that clean our bodies, clean up, right? Clean up, get ourselves prepared for our high holy days that are coming, because we do have some great feast days that are coming. Get ourselves in alignment with Yah, sanctify ourselves, sanctify our family, sanctify our household, sanctify everything that has anything to do with us. Sanctify, clean it up, give it to Him. Make it as it's preparing for Him. Get prepared for Him. Get caught doing the feast days. Get caught living out His feast days. Get caught keeping His Sabbath holy. Get caught doing that. Because if you get caught doing that, you won't get caught not doing it. Because if you get caught not doing it, that may be the difference between keeping your mind whole, right, and living in the place that He wants you to be in this next shift and not. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. CL Smooth, how are you? It's so good to see you. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yep. Hey there, Matrix. Fruits, berries, and melons. Come on now. Come on now. Because, since I've switched over to being vegetarian, I feel so much better. Since I started doing that cleanse with Dr. B, I feel so much better. Running away last week, I believe, was a part of my purging, and I feel so much better. It is not by accident. I believe that Yah had me to do all of that and start all of that right before this next shift comes. See, we've been feeling and experiencing shifts all of our lives, but we just never think about it. Why? Because a lot of times I used to reject it, because I would hear a lot of people and I would say, oh, I'm not into that new age stuff. I'm not into that. And I'm not into that stuff. I'm not into all of that deepness stuff like that. But what I do understand is that there is a component of what Yah has given to us that they use to tap into, because they know it's real. What Yah has done, they know that it's real. We're the ones that have an issue with understanding, because somebody in Rome somewhere some time ago told us that it was, quote, spooky, and it ain't. It's Yah, and they know, so they use His feast days. They use the moon. They use what He gave to us and retard it like they do everything. Right? Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to say. Get ready. That's all. That's all. I've been a bit angry, so best look. Okay. It probably is. It definitely, more than likely is. We need Jesus. It more than likely is. Yes, it did. Glad I recognized it for what it was, and I'm not some crazy old lady, all right? There you go. That's right. Really? Yeah. Feels like we're here alone, don't it? William Craig says yes. Anger says, I totally agree and hear you. Yeah, because I'm not trying to pump nobody with no crazy stuff, because I ain't into no crazy stuff either. However, after reading after going into the luminaries, into the book of Enoch, and after looking in Ezekiel, he opened up Ezekiel's whole face and shoved a scroll in his mouth. When you start to read stuff like that, a lot of people, you don't take it literal. Okay. All right. Okay. What I'm trying to tell you is we serve a supernatural God. Even the word meta that this other company is starting to use, who do you think meta is? What do you think meta, the term meta means? They try in every way to mimic Yah. In every way, they try to mimic Yah. We're not monetizing this one. I already know that, so I'm not monetizing this one at all. I wanted to sit up, so, okay. Okay. I got to say, I never heard the feast days importance explained the way you just did, Sister Felicia. I'm going to have to reconsider it now. You see what I'm saying? It is important. It is so important, disciple of the Messiah one. It is. Let me tell you why. Because, see, they know that's the reason why they fashion information the way that the masses get it. They give it to the masses the way they want the masses to get it so that they can do what they need to do and take advantage of those time frames. And that's why they do it. Okay, that's why they do it. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't be sleeping on this stuff. Don't sleep. And if somebody, oh, you sound like you're trying to be a new ager, or you're trying to do this and that. Hopefully, they will still remember you once this shift comes. Because we didn't have warning or notification of what happened before. We didn't. A lot of us did not. A lot of us did not. Okay? I hope y'all got your coffee because I sure have mine. All right. All right. So, Inger Norman says they perverted the feast days and put it in our face. That's right. And laugh at us. There you go. Right there. That part. They cannot create. They only destroy, Matrix says. My dad got that and his cancer's back and I tried so hard to tell him not to. I can't get on that because if I get on that, I'm going to be in trouble. So I'm going to leave that alone. But I'm sorry to hear that, baby. Sorry to hear that, Samantha. I'm telling you because I feel it and I know it and I agree and I've experienced it. I've got a mom, stepmom and a dad and, brother and people who are going through the same types of situations that you've just described. So I understand completely, wholly, 100. Okay. Thanks, Felicia. I felt such overwhelming anxiety last night. I couldn't sleep. This is just what I needed to hear today. Yeah, you ain't crazy, girl. Pretty lady, you ain't crazy. You ain't over. All the anxiety that you felt was because you couldn't put your finger on it, more than likely, sister. And I'm going to tell you right now that all you need to do is to focus on Yah. Sanctify yourself for Him. Clean eating, clean drinking, clean living. Okay? Make sure that you keep up with us so that once we start to re-enter into the description of the feast days, as well as once we begin to break down this 13th month that we're in right now, you'll be able to understand its significance. 13th month in the biblical calendar. Think about that for a second as it relates to what we just said. And as it relates to what I said about councils, covens, things of that nature. 13th month. And this is a pivotal month. This one right here is pivotal. That's what I just got through saying. When we opened up this particular month, Vine Dresser's Brante is very, very pivotal. This one, so what's going on? You getting your coffee? Get your coffee. Come on. Okay. All right. All right. It mimics everything the Father does and has done. That's right, Mindy B. And so that's the reason why you got to look at all of the significant things. Because, see, we have a great distraction that's taking place in this 13th biblical month that started at the end of the last month. But this distraction is to keep you in fear and to keep you anxious and to keep you upset and to keep you just what, because when that shift happens, all of those who are in the what, that's part of the tear. It's a part of the tear. He's a lot deeper than we think he is. Our Father, Yah, is so much deeper than any of us think he is. What's good, Alan Davis? You're about the only somebody I want to pull up on, you and Mindy. Out there on the West Coast, I'm sure there's a lot of others. But I know for a fact, when I think of Alan Davis, I'm like, I want to pull up. Let's pull on up. Because you two live near each other as far as states are concerned. Okay? All right? Definitely take it literally. That's right. That's right, disciple. That's why I want to pull up on y'all. But yeah, disciple. See, where else were you saying? Samantha. Right here. Yeah. Sister, I know. Yep, I know. Composting. Go ahead on. Alan, slurp. Yeah, I got to get my coffee on. I got to get my coffee on. But listen, you guys. After reading what we read with Cern, does it all make sense now? Even the things that we're chatting about right now. After reading what we just read with them, it should make everything that we're saying make a lot more sense. All right, make a lot more sense. And the deal is that hate separates, causes tension and division, divisiveness causes separation. It's meant to divide. And there's going to be a divide anyway. There's going to be a divide whether we want it to exist or not. We just have to make sure that we are under Yah's covering, that we are living out his feast days and his Sabbaths, and we're keeping them holy and separated and sanctified as unto him. Once we do that and keep everything according to the way he says we should, then we only have to have rest and enjoy him. In the time he gives us to rest, we rest and we enjoy him, and we enjoy our family and our loved ones and those of like precious faith. We enjoy each other. We chill in the cut while he's doing everything else. Why? Because we have entered into his rest. We've entered into his rest. Okay? We've entered into his rest. All right? This has been a cool hour. So glad that I'm back hanging out with y'all. Good news in my family. Both my grandsons and my son have not been deployed and are stateside. Oh, hallelujah. We rejoice with you on that, sister. Right, Amy? Amy said hallelujah too. Okay? So we got to keep ourselves covered, and the way that we keep ourselves covered is by doing his feast days, doing his Sabbath, keeping his Sabbath, and doing things the way that he wants us to do it, and just simply loving. See, these are very simple things. A lot of other stuff is put this on, do this, do that, run over here, run that. Now, there are some explanations as to how we do the feast days specifically, and how we do those are a little. They're in the Bible. Okay, they're in the book of, I believe it's Leviticus. I have to double check it, but I believe it's Leviticus. But I know that, get rid of all the leaven in the household, get rid of all of those things, and it's for a reason, and it's broken down. We have one of our mods who is super awesome at knowing exactly which ones of the videos they are. She's not here right now. I love her and I miss her. But anyway, there are a few of them, and I think you'll see them under feast days or something like that. But what I'm talking about right now, yeah, let you know that the feast days that are coming up are all listed. You'll know exactly what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to eat, what you're not supposed to eat, how you're supposed to give your sacrifices unto Yah. People say, "Oh, you got to go get a whole lamb." No, I ordered lamb chops. That's what I did last year, and we prepared it according to the way the word says to prepare it. We put it on the grill. I can taste it now. It was so delicious. We put it on the grill, and even if you are a vegan, you can still do this if you choose to follow the way he says. You can, or vegetarian, you can still put that on there, and you have to eat it. Like my grandson, while we were going over it the other day, they were both bringing up different points about what you're supposed to do. And he says, the 9-year-old says, and we're supposed to burn it? I said, yes, baby. We burn it all the way down till it can be, until it's charred pretty much, but it's still edible. He goes, and then we have to eat it all. We can't leave any there. And I said, yes. And, I'm going to tell you something. Ronnie is such a blessing to my grandsons. They call him Uncle Ronnie, but they really want to learn what they're supposed to learn. And they are so excited when they respond and give you the answer. When they say something, they'll ask a question and then answer their own question with, okay, we're supposed to burn it. We're supposed to put it on the grill and burn it. And then we're supposed to eat it all. We can't leave any until tomorrow, until the next day. And I said, that's right. The other one the other night looked up at the moon and says, there's a new moon. Hey, I said, you better go head on, you wonderful little 11-year-old. What? Yes, there's a new moon. He says, yeah, I see that. I said, okay, well, your Uncle Ronnie will be very proud of you. He goes, I know. So it's just a joy to see it. It's just a joy to see it. If how much of it are we supposed to eat? Well, we eat it all until it's gone. And you make sure that you have just enough for your household, because you will be eating it all until it's gone. Unless you have people who are next to you who are following it the same way. And if they are following the same way, then they don't have, then you can prepare enough for both. If you guys are all, if you are all following according to the word, you can prepare enough for both you and them if you guys go in together and just make sure that everybody eats it all and you burn the bones when it's all done. But yeah, so we're going to have, Mindy B says lamb patties have shown up in grocery stores here for the first time since we got here in 2016. Things are changing. Very good. PBS Lover says the 2017 solar eclipse, the moon's shadow traveling in the wrong direction. Yes, I remember that. Absolutely. So do you see? The sun rises in the east and sets in the west, right? That's correct. PBS Lover, let me say, yeah, I think that if you're in the same household, Oz, I don't see why not. If you're all in the same household, but you just want to make sure that that it's all of the amount that you prepare as a sacrifice. All of that you prepare is prepared, and all of it is eaten that day. Okay. That's pretty much it. Yeah. His yoke is easy and his burden is light. That's right. And you know what's so amazing, disciple, is that while you're doing these things, after you do it, like, for example, after we prepare all the stuff on the grill, my grandchildren and I last year were just looking at each other like, that was it. That's all we had to do. And now we just rest. And we literally just chilled. If you drink red wine, you can have yourself a little glass of red wine and you can relax. And you can do all of that. I mean, but if you don't, then that's fine. You don't have to, but it's a celebration and it's wonderful. But yeah, and I think that yes, Oz, you could. Can't vegans get together and making the meat portion smaller? Yeah, if they all believe the same and even if you're a neighbor, yeah, you can prepare it and do it all together. Sure, you could. And then you get your bitter herbs, you get your, I'm not getting the matzah that I got last year. This year, I'm making mine. I know that Ronnie and Sonia makes hers by hand. I will be getting that recipe. She makes her matzah, her bread by hand. Beautiful. Oh, and she makes a beautiful table. They sent pictures last year. Just such a beautiful picture. Last year, this season. And I'm so excited to see us back here at the Passover time frame. At the time when we're going to go into Passover and the time. Hey, Anthony! At the time when we're going to do, Passover and the time when we're going to do all of these new equinox or spring stuff, the spring stuff. I'm not sure where Ronnie is. Let me see if he is nearby. I know he's probably at work, but let me see if I can reach him. It would be great if I could and see if he can come and hang out with us right quick. Maybe he can. I'll send him a link just in case, and I'll turn on my cell phone just to see if I can reach him that way. Okay, so hold on just a second. Let me turn my phone on. Anthony Van Zandt is in the house. Afternoon, on the fly, in a flurry. Yet, yay! TLP community family crew. Nice, simple, cause you, Fifi, you. It's good to see you. Hold on here. There we go. Okay, my phone is turning on right now. But yeah, I just think that it's so important for us to get this and for us to understand that, yeah, they want you to think all the stuff that they doing is spooky. Oh yes, Oz. I have to. As a matter of fact, I'm turning the phone on now so I can see if he's available and maybe working or something. I don't know, but let me see. But yeah, I don't want to have that dry matzo that I had last year. Now you do have your bitter herbs, and I did that. I had delicious beets. I don't know Vine Dresser, but she makes hers. Sonia Man, Ronnie's wife, she makes hers, and I'm definitely going to ask her for the recipe. But when I looked at their plate, because they had sent pictures, when I looked at their place settings and everything, all the stuff that she had on the table, I was like, yo, I need to get that. I need to get down like y'all get down. I had the little packages, and later on the grandkids just ate them just to be eating them, because the matzah that we had was like, it was like punishment. But what it really reminded me of was take, eat, this is my body. You remember when we used to do that in the Roman church when we were in Catholicism? I mean, Christian Catholicism. We used to take the bread that was like the matzah, break it up, right? And eat that and then drink the blood, right? We used to do that. That's what it reminded me of. And it was not good to try to eat all of that. It was actually torture. It was torture to me. I didn't like that flavor of the bread that they made. But her bread on her table? Yo! It looked remarkable. So let me see if he is around. Hey, bro, are you around? I just sent you a link. All right, so let's see if he's around. I don't know. Oh, Amy. Hey, Amy. I just got your text message. So yeah, so it's just about that. It's just about that, you guys. It's about that. It's about us understanding that if there were no significance in these feast days, why are they doing the stuff that they're doing during the time frame that we have our feast days? Okay? If there was no significance in it, why is it that they are doing stuff in our time frame? Why? Again, they knew that this will be the 13th biblical month, as there's a lot of other people who think that it's the 12th biblical month, and that's fine. But do you notice that they doing what they doing in the 13th biblical month? Okay. Mine was just, I bought the ones that was Vine Dresser. I see your comment on screen, and I bought them, and I think they were by the company that makes the ACMAC. I think they just go around making the different ceremonial breads for different, belief systems or stuff. I don't know. But it was just like, it was torture. It was okay, and I understood it. And so it didn't really bother me because I was eating it with an understanding of what it was. But I want the bread she had. I want to make that because that looks so nice. And when I tell you her table spread, I think we should have some stuff on that. Hold on just a second. Let me see if I can find the videos that we had done, and his place setting was there on that time. Let me see. We had his place setting there. June, September. We'll have to go back. Let me go back. Let me see. And I think this is him. We'll see. I think this might be. I don't know. I don't think so. All right, so I'm still looking because what I'm trying to do is I'm multitasking. I'm using my left hand, which I am right-handed, to look at the phone to see if that's Ronnie's response to me. I sent him an email, and I sent him. Okay, I sent him an email and I sent him a WhatsApp message. Okay, let's see. What is this? Trying to show you guys so we can look at some of the stuff where we were talking about the feast days. And again, if Deb Woods was here, she'd be right on it telling me exactly which one it is. Oh, let me see. Let me look upon my videos here. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, here we are. Here we go. Feast of... Is this him? Nope. Oh! Hold on. Take that out and talk to Papa. Let him know that I'm live. Okay, let's see. All right, so here we go. I'm going to break it down to you guys right here. I'm going to show you all of the videos that we have that are for feast days and such. Here you go. I'm going to take you right over here to this. You guys can see it. There you go. There. All right. So, this is the, you see, it gives you the Feast of Shavuot. It gives you the Feast of Trumpets. We've got the Feast of Tabernacles. All of those things are in here. All right. We even talk about Thanksgiving. We talk about a whole bunch of stuff in here. Okay. How to observe, the breakdown of the Sabbath and how to observe it and keep it. All right. Blowing the shofar. What does it mean? The lessons of Gideon. All right. All of that's in there. Okay. Feast of Weeks. All of this. Let's click this and see what some of these are doing. Let me see. Can we? It doesn't want to play it.
Exegeting scripture, breaking it down. How in actuality, the guy that his name was Yahweh Shah, and y'all the ones who put him on who put him on the chopping block and sent him to his death. This guy was actually the kinsman redeemer, and he's the one that brings us back into the fold. And and we all tripped out, but it's okay. All you have to do is come back to your first love, and when you do that, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's the gospel. It's the gospel, and when you read the actual Hebrew words, it's telling you that it's like a dress rehearsal. It's the equivalent. The concept of what they're trying to convey is that these things are a dress rehearsal, and you're supposed to be in place every single year on cue doing these dress rehearsals. Now, if you've ever been in entertainment, when you do a dress rehearsal, this isn't just an ordinary rehearsal.
No,
the dress rehearsal is full out.
Yes, it is.
The dress rehearsal
all of us on the panel have been in entertainment. Anthony, yourself, myself, and several in the chat. So we know when they say that it's the dress rehearsal, you can lose dollars if you're not on time. It is. Right. It's just like a real performance. Hey, Anthony,
the dress rehearsal is the dress rehearsal is a real performance, just without the audience. So when it's telling you that these things, that these annual feasts that you're doing as a memorial every single year, they are the equivalent of dress rehearsals. So you're going full out each time as if it's the big show. And you're doing this for a reason, because one day it is going to be the big show. And when that big show takes place, you're not going to feel lost and out of place.
You'll know what
weird. You're going to be on cue. You're going to be on point. You're going to know what you're doing. You would have grown from the many dress rehearsals that you've been a part of.
That's right.
and nothing, and everything that happens is not going to, grab hold of you unawares. You're going to be like you've done figured out every, kink, or at least almost every kink, and worked it out.
Right,
So
right.
to where when that day comes, you're in place. You know where
Yeah.
to go. You know what to do.
Yeah, you fix the sound, you fix the pitchiness, the outfit that doesn't fit. Ozymandias says feast days are a time of reflection and to build your relationship with the Father. So when we arrive home, we will know the way He does things. And Anthony Van Zandt has joined you and I here on the panel. We want to say welcome to Anthony Van Zandt. Also, Mars Fool's Goal says, if not for any other reason, the Jews are excellent keepers of time, e.g., historians. And then we have Ozymandias recapping, saying, you present the truth to people, lay it at their feet, and if their heart is right, they will thirst for it, for the Father's water to water their spirit. Very good point. Yes, go ahead, and welcome
So
again,
so this
Anthony.
so this is so this is
Yep.
my thing. If we're Oh, Anthony Van Sant. Hey.
Yes. No, he's literally here with us,
Even good brother Ronnie and the good sister Felicia, absolutely, they're all in the chat. Yeah, carry on, my brother. Absolutely miraculous. So relevant and moving forward without
Yeah.
question.
Amen. Amen,
Well,
Ronnie. Sarah
yeah,
Brown.
yeah. It's definitely good to hear you.
Sarah Brown says we got to fill our lamps and trim our wicks so we're ready.
That's exactly right. And see, this is the thing, though. If we're doing this count based on uh Easter, then we're gonna do it on a Monday, 50 days later after Easter, and that is not the time when the dress rehearsal is set up. Like we're doing it on the like we're ready for the dress rehearsal, but when we get there, and that's next week, or that was last week, or you're at the wrong building. Like and you have all your costumes, you have all your lines and every and it's not even.
All right, you guys, we're going to get ready to get up out of here, but I just wanted to let you guys, hey, we're glad you're back. Let you guys hear some of this good stuff here before we shed out, and we're going to shed out and go our own way. We're going to shed this love abroad. We're going to shed this information abroad, and I'll see you guys in a little bit, okay?
They forgetting what the marriage is. The meek shall inherit the earth, the rest perishes. They taught us all to listen to Balaam with their palace and their caliphate. I'm destined for Salem. Man, they rest is counterfeit. Plus, it's destined to fail 'em. Shake the dust off this city, man. Who coming with me? There's a light at the end of it. I see you shine, getting life with the benefits. That's me and mine, holding fast to the legacy, whether the rain or shine. Do you remember where we're from? Pray you the strength to carry on. Will you step into the sun? Do you remember where we're from? Pray you the strength to carry on. Will you step into the sun?
All right, you guys, we're going to head out right now. Don't forget to share everything out, shed it abroad. Put your love out there. Give it all. And as much as you can pour it out, pour it out. Everywhere we want to, strike back at somebody, don't strike back. Don't get angry at the stuff that we see on TV, because there is no real news. The news that you see is paid for, but not by you and me, by somebody else. Okay? Y'all take care of each other. And remember what we always say on this channel. And that is that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Most High Yah. You guys take care of yourselves. And until we see each other once again, you guys continue to be blessed.
Lockhart perspective.